Okay, third attempt. I'm back. My name is Cassie. Introduction. This is the third time, 3 times, I've tried to go live and something's happened. So it's my fault. It's my camera. It's what I got. So apologies for all of the craziness and welcome back. If you were trying to watch the first 2 attempts of me going live, I had to make myself a quick drink, non-alcoholic. Teresa, you're back. Thank you so much for coming back. I was rushing and trying to figure out what's going on. I need a new camera. It's just what it is. But I had myself a little matcha green tea drink so I can just calm down. I guess green tea is caffeinated, so maybe it won't calm me down, but it tastes good, and I needed a drink. That's right. 3rd time's the charm. 3 is my lucky number. 3, 13, 33, 32 seem to be my lucky numbers. Anything with 3 in there. So, oh, Teresa, it's good. Well, I don't know. My husband says it's not good, but I like it. It's got almond milk and the green matcha tea. I buy a little package so I don't have to add any sugar. It's got some, it's not real sugar, but I think it's like stevia or something. It's not bad. I'm trying to ditch the afternoon coffee. So my husband doesn't like it. I like it. Let me sit this down and get started because that's what you're here for, is to watch me make soap, not me drink green tea. I'm going to put it over here. So if you haven't been here before, I do live soap making because it's easier for me to just explain to you how I'm doing something. And I'm a busy lady, cannot find the time to edit videos. For a long time, I was recording, and then I would never get to the editing process. And then, those videos ended up erasing because I didn't have the memory. What is the best ingredient for healthy skin? Goat's milk soap. I'm just kidding. Goat's milk. I really think it's I can't say it healed our eczema because FDA won't allow me to say things like that. But I don't have the issues, and neither does my family, the psoriasis, all goat's milk. And a lot of people ask me which soap I recommend that we make for that. Any soap with goat's milk is amazing. So I'm just measuring out my fragrance oil. If you didn't catch my second live, I can't even keep up now. I'm making a watermelon, but instead of trying to find the closest thing to watermelon, which I haven't found a fragrance oil that to me smells like watermelon, but the best melon scent is Cucumber Melon by Nurture Soap. And I was telling this cute story about how my husband made pancakes and put a little bit of food coloring to make them pink. And the whole house swore, even me, that they were strawberry. They were not strawberry. They were just pink pancakes. But our brains could have sworn they tasted like strawberries. So we're going to make the soap look like watermelon. And when people smell it, it's going to smell like watermelon to them. This is really, to me, the best smelling fragrance oil for that melon scent. The cucumber comes through just a little, which reminds you of the watermelon rind. And then, of course, that melon it is so good. It actually, to me, doesn't have that honeydew scent or cantaloupe scent. It is actually closer to watermelon. So I got my fragrance oil measured out. Yes. Mental trickery. I like that. So I'm going to point the camera down so you can see better. But I got all this measured out. I'm going to set my fragrance oil over here to the side. I'm also, I have made soap in beds in the past. I don't want to make the seeds, using the soap dough because, for one, I don't have really the time right now. It's very time consuming to get them perfectly teardrop shaped. And it is a lot of fun. I do enjoy working with soap dough, but I want an exfoliating soap because in the summertime, the best thing you could do is have an exfoliating soap for like your feet and stuff like that for when you're running barefoot. Poppy seed is very popular, but I was reading a lot about chia seeds. These things we used to put on these little plants and grow these little chia things. Now people eat these. These have become the new health food. You see them? And to me, they look like teeny tiny watermelon seeds. So I'm going to put the chia seeds. So it's going to have little black specks in there. It'll be great exfoliating. But chia is really good. When they do get wet, like soaked overnight, they plump up and stuff like that. But in the soap with the lye and stuff like that, it's not going to happen. It's going to remain in its form. And poppy seeds, are a little harder bits. They will soften. I mean, I'm not going to say that, I promise that they won't, soften a little bit because chia seeds will get this like gelatinous coating on them. A lot of people drink the chia drinks. I don't like that. So chia seeds. And I looked up, there's so many people that put it in soap and claim that it has all these beneficial properties. So I'm excited to know how it works in our soap. This will be the first time I've used chia seed in soap. Let me throw my scale over here. Let me point this down. I want to be able to see, and I want you to be able to see everything I'm doing over here. Please don't lose the signal. Trying to get you the best view. Let's tilt it a little more. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, now you ain't got to see my mug anymore. Hey, Music Mad. Thank you. I finally went live. It's been a minute since I've done a live. So you haven't missed my lives. It's just been a minute since I've been on a live. Let me grab my gloves. We're going to start mixing up some colors. So back and forth with my husband. He says watermelon is red. I said it was pink. So we're going to go for a pinky red. How about that? Aw, you love my mug? Thanks, babe. I'm going to make you a moderator. How do I do that? Let's see. Can we do that? Oh, you already are. Check it out. I wouldn't trust pink watermelon. You know what my favorite watermelon is yellow watermelon. We got a yellow watermelon last year, and it was amazing. Let me turn up the light just a tad, so we can make sure you see everything well. We are going to be using Nurture's Green Vibrance. They sent me a sample of the emerald green, which I think is perfect because it's a little darker, and I wanted a little bit darker for the soap, for the green, like the rind. And then I also have this real pretty Force of Nature green that I just got. Look how bright that is. It's like a bright neon green. So I'm thinking I'm going to do these two and then maybe this one mixed with a little titanium dioxide to give it a, that rind look when you get down close to the rind. I don't know. We'll just see. It is 5 to 9 in the morning. Usually you're always on when I'm asleep. Where are you, Music Man? You may have told me before, and if I forgot, I'm so sorry. Teresa, these are Nurture soap. I also get my colors from Mad Micas. Those are the two companies that I have found, one, amazing products. It shows you on the bags they come in jars too. Let me show you the jar. Like that. Just the bags I can buy and refill my jars. So on here, it'll tell you how to mix it. It'll tell you if it's a pigment, if it's a lake mica. It'll tell you if it's cosmetic safe or not. Just lots of information. But they'll, on their website, say for soap use only or cosmetic use. It really has a lot of information, and it's a trusted company. There's some people out there selling mica powders that are only for like those resin art pieces, and those micas are too harsh for your skin. So I really trust, and Mad Micas is amazing. I've just been on a Nurture soap kick because they have free shipping, but then Mad Micas, some of their prices are cheaper, and so the shipping cost, it kind of makes it the same price. New Zealand, dang, Music Mad, I've always wanted to go there. That's my son's phone. Hold on. Walnut shells. Teresa, I haven't ever used walnut shells. I have seen a lot of people in the soap community use walnut shells, so you definitely could. We like activated charcoal soaps because it's a really fine, or the oatmeal soaps. I've put in different seeds before. We make a loofah soap for a good scrubby soap. But walnut shells, I've heard, are really good. Yeah, New Zealand. Music Man, do you have an Airbnb that's like a rental here in the States where you can rent out like a room or a little cottage or something like that? We'll come and visit. I'm officially inviting ourselves to New Zealand. Okay, I was going to show you my most favorite red. This is Trial by Fire. This is the truest red that I've ever found. You don't have to mix it with other colors. In the video, it looks a little pink, but it's actually the best red I've ever had. And I've gotten a red from Mad Micas, which I'm not knocking. It's a really good red, but you have to mix 3 base colors to get the perfect red. And I'm all about easiness. So I love Trial by Fire. There's a lot of people on, if you want to find a good soaping Facebook page, the Nurture Soap Facebook group, it's a closed group. They have amazing, they have people on there that are real famous soap makers, and they talk about using Trial by Fire all the time. Ooh, that's so cool. I see my husband would be all about going there right now because he loves the winter time. So that would be kind of a really cool thing to do. Go in a cold place in the summertime, because it's hot here in Texas. I don't know if you've ever heard, but I mean, we're not as hot as Arizona, but the humidity, it gets really hot and humid here. This is also kaolin clay. I always put it in our soaps. This is another little trick that I'm sharing with you guys. Kaolin clay is going to help your soaps feel silky and smooth. And it's white color, it's pretty light colored. It's pretty much white. It'll also help lighten your soaps, not like titanium dioxide will, but it will make your soaps a little lighter colored. But another thing, any kind of time, I can't even speak today. I'm so sorry. Anytime you use a fragrance oil, essential oil, the clay, I find, just holds on. It grabs the essential oil or fragrance oil, and it lasts longer. In the very beginning, I didn't use the clay, and then I used a bentonite clay, and the clay, those bars smelled really good for a long time. So, and then I did some research, and sure enough, all the other soap people that I follow, they had said something. They recommend using the clay as well. I'm grabbing my blender because I forgot to grab it. So let me grab that underneath here really quickly. That's not the one. I have two. There we go. Get my blender ready to go. I'm just going to use the smaller container for this emerald green. I'll get these mixed up here in a second. And I love Nurture because every single time you order I get kaolin clay from a couple places. This last time I did order it from Amazon. I try not to order from Amazon, only to the fact I like supporting, mom and pop companies, but a lot of mom and pop companies are now selling on Amazon. Essential Depot is another place I get a lot of our soap products from. And they actually sell on Amazon because they can ship it quicker. So, and you don't have to pay for shipping. But this is the one I just try to find. Let me see if I can get it in the picture. I just try to find one that is 100% natural, cosmetic grade, additive free, cruelty free. If you can see all that. I just try to look for a good quality one if I'm not buying from an individual that I trust or someone new. Okay. Now I got the green in here. I wonder if that's enough green. They give you a ton in that sample. It's more than a teaspoon. So and add a little bit more because I definitely want this green to be dark. And if I want to darken this green up even more, which is I'm thinking I'm going to do, I can add some bentonite clay. Bentonite clay will take this and make it even darker. So I might. Let's see what it looks like once I mix it up in the oil. And if you see what I'm doing, I'm mixing my colors before I'm mixing the batter, because once I mix the batter and it sets, it's going to set up. So I want to do this, the harder part first. So I'm going to use this Green Vibrance. Just got my little paper towel to clean off my teaspoon. And then also about the micas, you want to read how many teaspoons to use per pound. These say 1 teaspoon per pound, so that's what I go on. And I'm splitting this up, so I'm not going to be putting more than 4 pounds of soap in this bowl. So I'll use roughly 4 teaspoons. And if you want the color to be lighter, of course you use less. Or if you get it, you want it to be even lighter, you can throw a little titanium dioxide in there, but it whitens pretty good. Yes, it'll trace quickly. If I were to mix up the oils with the lye right now, I just wouldn't have enough time to mix these and get this all ready. So that's what I'm doing, getting all my stuff ready before I even make the soap batter. And the soap batter, we're going to leave a little bit thin, and I'll get to that here in just a minute why. This is that beautiful bright color. Can you see? That color is Force of Nature. I'm not going to use 4 teaspoons because I don't want it this bright. I do love that though. I mean, that is a beautiful green. So if this is for soap only, then the microns are super tiny. This would not be, this has the pigments. This would not be for makeup. So this one, the Green Vibrance, says safe. Oh, you can't see it. It says safe for eyes. You know, so it's not approved for bath bombs and lips, but it's safe for soap and eyes. So those are cool things to know. I love how they explain things on the bag. And why it wouldn't be safe in like a bath bomb is because it wouldn't hurt in a bath bomb. It's just going to stick to the sides of your tub. And then you're going to have a giant mess. So we're going to mix the lightest color first. I think I will just leave it like that. And then I don't think I need to add any titanium dioxide to that at all. I really like that green. I will give it just a nice pop of color. And this emerald green is really dark, so I may not need to add the clay to it, the bentonite clay. And see how this is kind of thick, like a paste? I want to add a little more, just like a teaspoon or so of oil. I'm getting directly from the oil container. I'm not adding oil to my recipe. I'm taking from the oil container, which is called discounting your oil from your recipe. Yeah, it's a beautiful green. So in New Zealand, can you order like from the States and get it, Music Man? I'm curious. I watch a lady that's in the UK. I think she's the UK. Anyways, and she has trouble ordering from certain places, but she does order from Nurture, and she uses Nurture. It just takes a little longer for her to get it. And I know there's more restrictions like on her, she was saying. So that emerald green. Ah, that's such a beautiful color. I just wanted a tad bit darker, a little bitty. I gotta dig out my bentonite clay. I haven't used it in a minute. The last time I used it, I think it was the pear soap that I made. Okay, I just want to add a little bit, just a little heaping teaspoon. And I'm going to get a little more oil and see how that worked out. I'll show you. Just a little darker. It's just a tad bit darker. I could probably go for a little bit more to get that dark rind look. Oh, I get you. I know they offer free shipping, but I doubt it's for international. I bet you that's just here in the United States. I have an aunt. She's no longer with us, bless her heart, but she lived in New Zealand, and her pictures, I just was so jealous, and I wanted to go there so bad. But yeah, she lived there for I think she had found a boyfriend or something and lived out of state for a while, and she brought back pictures, and I saw them. It was just so beautiful. Look at, can you see this red? See how red it is? Ah, it's just the prettiest red. Trying to get it to where you can see me mixing everything. Okay, now I do have this neon pink. I may add a little pop of neon pink, but I'm really liking that red. I'm thinking once I add the soap batter to that, I don't want to make it too pink. And then I also have this pink. This is Mad Micah's. This is called Voodoo. It's very beautiful. But I think I'll just X-nay on the pink. Leave it a nice juicy red watermelon. The red and green colors got me thinking of Christmas though. Okay, now for the fun part. Blend in the oils. Let me grab that real quick and move these out of the way. Let me scoot so you can see everything. I'm precise when it comes to the lye, the oils, and stuff like that. But when the kale and clay, I know how much to add into this. And then the colors are kind of eyeballing the color that I want. So it's still discounted the oils into here. So everything stays the same oil-wise and lye. That's what really counts. I'm going to have to mute my son's phone. But when I'm making and mixing the colors, I know to do roughly a teaspoon per pound. And I'm just mixing it up and trying to achieve the color that I want. So you could play around with your micas and stuff, but you can't take, not have the same water or lye or goat's milk in there. It's all got to be the same. And very precise doing that. And I already weighed up everything before I started, so you didn't have to watch. Oh, yes, ma'am. I don't have to burp it too much, though. I'm not mixing the lye in. This is just the clay, trying to get the clay mixed in. Okay, now I'm going to get my lye and goat's milk solution. And if I'm not watching the screen during that, I apologize, but I do like to pay attention that I'm not splashing any of that lye up on me or anywhere else. So earlier, I mixed my lye with frozen goat's milk because I don't use any water in my recipe. And so I already have it waiting and ready for me. And I'm not adding my fragrance oil just yet. That will be after I bring this to a light trace. And I mean a light trace. I want this to be thin, like a thin turkey gravy. If you don't know, I make food references. Like, making soap is like making a cake, but a very nice cake, not like a cake that you make from a box. I'm talking about a cake that you want to make for your wedding or your birthday, a special occasion cake where you have all the layers and you have all the stuff, because I'm telling you, you got a ton of work. It's got to be precise, and then you have a ton of dishes afterwards. Hey, little guy, don't come in here while I'm soaping, okay?
I'm staying above the noise.
Okay, you're playing with your clay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and I just scraped my container as best as I could, so I'm not wasting any of the ingredients, any of the lye. And let's get to blending. It's going to take a few minutes. Burp that mixer, Teresa. Don't lift your mixer out. You're going to get splashed. So never lift your mixer up. Well, you can lift it up, but don't lift it up and out of the soap batter. Teresa, we have a video that is a base recipe, and if you don't add any fragrances or anything to that, that could be a soap for a baby. It's just the goat's milk base recipe. By the way, I think I got this to Trace. Hold on. So it is, I don't know. You have to go through our list of videos. It says pure, I believe it's labeled pure goat milk base. So if you go check out that, I give the recipe. It's not my recipe. That recipe is a goat's milk recipe that I got out of a book called Everything About Soap Making. And that is the recipe that I started out on until I was able to run the soap calculator. And so soap calc, you could put in, and then you could change your oils up. Like if you want to use, we don't use palm oil. We know Essential Depot does have a palm oil that's sustainably, they get it from, they're not killing any orangutans and getting it from their homes. They get it from a sustainable place. A lot of people use palm oil instead of coconut oil. So the soap calc would be a great way. You could use that base recipe, and then you could punch in, you could add shea butter, you could add, almond oil. There's all different kinds of variations you could do to that recipe, and keep it pure and simple for babies. So that would be my recommendation on that. Okay, so we're not going to use a ton of this green. I do want quite a bit, but not like all of this whole thing. So I just want this down at the, as like the rind. I'm not going to mix this up just yet. We're just going to pour off our colors into the different containers. Split everything up real nice. I'm try to get this one as full as I possibly can. I don't want a ton of green, dark green, but that's going to be the little stripes on the rind. You'll see when I pour it in the mold. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, and then this red is going to be the rest, but all the soap batter may not fit in here. So what I might do is just mix it up and then pour it back in here. Let's see if, oh, I left my little mixer thing in there. I don't think it's all going to fit. Nope, I'm not going to even try. So what I'll do is I'll use my little spatula and I'll scrape it real nice in here. So it gets all, the soap batter will pull the micas kind of off the bowl. And then that way, ooh, isn't that pretty? It almost looks like a peppermint soap now. And see, this is why they tell you to wear long sleeves. I got some on my arm, so I'm going to have to immediately go and wash some off. As if I was listening and following, you know, the soap making directions of handling lye, I wouldn't have done that. But don't do what I do. That's what I always say. I like to say I'm experienced and I don't hardly ever do it, but it happens. And I need to immediately go wash my arm. So hold on one second. Yeah, Teresa, that book right there was one of the many books that I read, and that book has a goat's milk face recipe, and I would go off of that. And then you can find, I need to make a video if you don't know how to run a soap calculator. A lot of people have asked me, you may already know, but I do need to make a video for, I watched lots of videos and it took me a while because still the explanations weren't that great, but I figured it out after playing with it for some time. So I'll do my best to try to do a video on that. Okay, now, so don't lose track. Now we're going to split up our fragrance oil in each batter. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to forget things. This is sodium lactate. I actually was supposed to put this in when my goat's milk and lime mixture, but I can put it in now. You need to put 1 teaspoon per pound, and all it is a humectant, but it helps your soap kind of set up a little faster than it normally would. So let me show you. It's just, do you see it? I got this one from Nurture. So that's 2 teaspoons. 4, 6, 8, and there we go. 10, and one more. Too much. There we go. I'm glad I have it on the counter right in here because then I would have forgotten. Now I'm going to throw in my fragrance oil. I'm good at eyeballing. And I'll just put in and I'll put the rest in this big one. Okay, now I'm going to start blending these up. That's it on that one. Go to this one. So I started with the lighter color first. This fragrance oil also behaves really well, but you still want to keep it a thin tray so you have time to work. You don't want to go get it too thick. So let me get my little spatula for the next one. This one I might be able, can you see me stirring? Okay. I may have to stir that one by hand. Ooh, it's awfully deep. Yep, it's going to have to be done by hand. I'll pop that back over there. This one is way too full. This back green one here. Move this out of the way. You can see it's super duper full. So I'm just gonna. I usually don't make it this full. Let me grab my spatula and scrape the bottom. There we go, that's better. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, Music Mad. I hope it's not on my end. Okay, so I'm going to get my molds, try to make some room. Get this out of the way. Bring this over here. There we go. And it over there. I'm just trying to get you to see. I'm actually liking that other bright green now that it's mixed with the soap. Now, we'll just see how it works out. And I'm not going to put the seeds in until the red. So not until I mix up that red. I'm going to leave the red alone. Move it over here so you can see all my molds. Okay, this is the green I wanted to start with. I wanted to start with the darkest green. Hey, honey.
Yeah.
Would you do me a favor?
No.
Would you turn on my phone camera so I can get some video for the phone? Is that better? Have it like that. I'm trying to get where everyone can see.
You're dripping.
And I'm dripping. Wonderful. Because it's so full. Here, I don't like to leave anything. On the floor.
You want me to record?
Yeah, hit record where it shows this part. Oh, sorry. Sorry, you guys. This is where editing comes in, right? We're gonna. Since it's so full, I'm gonna do it with this spatula first. Oh, I see. A little piece of red had dropped in there. That wouldn't be good for my spatula. Okay, now I'll just splash some on my glasses.
Well, you're a mess today.
I am a mess today. That's what I get for not being so organized. Okay, I'm back. It happens, right? Right, that's life. This is why people edit, because they don't want people seeing how bad they mess up. I'll just share it. Okay, that one's good. I'm gonna pop this off. going to scrape this with my other spatula. Okay, we get a little mixing of the colors because you're going to see why here in just a minute. Bear with me, I'm scraping my blender over here. I'm so glad this doesn't accelerate quickly because I would already be in trouble. Okay. That's life. I'm trying to find a good place for that. Okay.
Teresa's asking what you named your last soap.
The blue agave and mango. We're having a soap naming contest. We've got some pretty good name suggestions. Since blue agave is how they make tequila, but I actually don't like tequila. I mean, I'll drink a margarita every now and then, but I'm not a big drinker, and tequila is very strong to me. So I had thought about tequila sunrise, but I don't know if I could actually use that name. I don't know if it's trademarked. Some names are trademarked, so you got to be careful. But we've got a lady on Instagram commented today. It was like tropical treasure. That was cute. Some people are calling it a beach soap. I have a beach soap coming out, so I really don't want to call it a beach soap. Only to the simple fact is I don't want to have two different beach soaps, I guess. But there's been some really good suggestions. So if you have a suggestion, you can comment on our TikTok. I'll try to see it here. It's harder for me to go back on the comments on the live videos. But if you want to comment on our TikTok or Instagram, and then I'll probably go in the next week or two and take the top few names and do like a poll. I think that's what I'll do this time. And then have everyone vote on what the name is. And then whoever's name gets picked for that soap, I'll do like a giveaway. So you'll get a bar of soap of the blue agave and mango. I would say the name suggestions that I was considering doing, but I don't want someone to like, oh, okay, well, I thought of that too. So I have a couple in my head, but if someone comes up with a better one, and we do the contest, then that's what we'll name it. So as you can see, I'm just pouring the different greens and looking hindsight. I'm going to have way too much green. It's okay. It'll be half green and half red. So it'll be a giant rind, which is okay because I like green. So it'll definitely be a lot of green. Too late to turn back now. I mean, I guess I could get my big slab mold out and make another batch real quick, but we're just going to go with it. This is my first watermelon soap, so I kind of just was excited about all the greens when I should have really made more red, but it's all right. It is what it is. I'm going to get the rest of this green out, and then I'm going to do the layer of the bright green. And the bright green, I am going to do my very, very best of sticking it on top. Trying to be scraping. Get as much of that out as I possibly can. And I'm trying to make sure everybody looks even. Okay. See, look, I still have this green. I have so much green. It's not even funny.
Let the last one on slide.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, now I'm back. This is a lot of green. It's definitely going to be a very green soap.
So long as the watermelon's red.
The watermelon is red, but this is a lot of green. Oh,
Well,
it's almost messed up. I have a little bit of this green left. I got to finish. So it's going to be half green and half red. That's a thick old watermelon, Ryan.
Well, you could have poured the rest on the floor like you did at the beginning there.
Oh, you better get out of here. You're not helping me record.
Well, I'm here to help. That's what I did.
Are you the government and are you here to help me?
Well, those are some scary words, huh?
Okay. Now that we got all the dark green, finally, hopefully it'll be looking like stripes. Now I'm going to try to not let this, I want this on the top layer. It's not very thick. The bottom layer is not very thick yet. So I'm just going to try to nicely plop this on top. This is not going to be, royalty soap, beautiful watermelon soap, but it's going to be pretty. It's just going to be really watermelon-y rind, like the thickest rind you've ever seen on a watermelon, I guess. I'm stirring it a little bit. Okay, let's see. Scrape the sides. So the watermelon, the green isn't on the sides. Try to do it with breaking the fall. I have a feeling that's just dropping down like a drop swirl in that one. Still beautiful. It's going to come out really green though. It'll be all right. It smells so good. This is really one of our best selling. We made a cucumber melon soap last year and I tinted it with a really bright green. And then we used a really bright orange. and it was super beautiful. And it was actually, really simple because it was a in the pot swirl, super easy, and it was beautiful. But this year, I keep seeing all these watermelon soaps, and I wanted to do my hand at watermelon soap making, but I should have planned a little better. But it's okay. I still am going to love all these colors. I just have a lot of green soaps here lately. The turquoise soaps that I made, the blue agave and mango, those come out so beautiful, but those are very green, very turquoise, my favorite greens. So I'm really in love with the colors, the gold. It just is so pretty. I have a video on here. It's just a short video that I made up on TikTok. So if you would like to see the cut of those soaps, check out the bottom of our page. It'll say like little short videos, and then you can watch us cutting. And if you're commenting and I'm not saying anything right yet, it's just because I'm not looking at the screen. So I'll try to catch up with comments here once I lay out all this soap. And I'm trying to make sure each layer it gets this green covered, and also it looks about the same amount. Ooh, get back in there. Can you see? I'm trying to get you to be able to see really well. I hope you can. And hopefully by the time I get to the red, it's thick enough to where I can make the tops stick up a little. So I like when they do that. It really makes the soap look cool, I think. Okay, I'm just going to smooth it out a little. Can you hear my goats outside? I think it's sprinkling. Goats hate the rain, or at least most of my goats hate water. And so it's funny when it rains. I have one goat, he just cries, meh, meh. My husband says all the goats say mom. It's pretty funny. Okay. I'm pretty sure we're there. This green would be a great Grinch green for Christmas. Okay, so I'm going to scrape the sides. Make sure we don't have any green. And then also, I didn't mention, I discounted a little bit of my goat's milk because it's such a high humidity day. Just for Texas, I don't know, if wherever you are, if it's super humid. If your soaps, they just, if you don't discount your soap batter, then sometimes it'll take a really long time for them to set up. And I feel like I have some lye on my arm again. 1 second. I'll wear long sleeves next time. I promise. Okay. Sorry about that. Don't be mad at me. Good thing about our sensitive skin is that I immediately feel a little burning sensation. A lot of people don't have the sensitive skin like we do, and by the time they feel it burning, it's already started to damage their skin. So, okay, getting so close. I'm going to try to scrape as much of that as I can. Okay, and they all look pretty level, pretty even to me. Then we're going to get the spatula I had for my red. Yeah, it's getting thick. That's great. I might need to come over here and blip it with my blender just a bit. And then I can't forget those seeds. I'm just going to wipe my blender blade off so I don't get very much green in there. Try not to mix the green with the red. And also, if you see, I have some soap batter on my counter here. Do you see this? If I was having a stone countertop or anything like that, I would be covering this with parchment paper or some type of butcher paper or something. Luckily, this is pretty durable. So, okay, so I'm just getting my red blended up. It's still nice and workable, not too thick. Just want to make sure it's all blended good. And then I'm going to throw my chia seeds or chia seeds in here. Just scraping I know you can't see what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm scraping my blender blades off and getting as much of the soap batter off as I possibly can. I'm going to take my blender, move it out of the way so I'm not worried about knocking that expensive thing off. Picking up any soap batter with my foot and a paper towel on the floor so I don't step and spread that. Oh, thanks, babe, for commenting and stuff while I'm trying to do this. Okay, so the chia seeds. Oh, you can't really see. Okay, I'm going to sprinkle some in. I wish you could see what I'm doing. If next time, hindsight, I will put the camera up higher so you can see. Oh, it looks so cool. Okay. Let's see. My other video, my other camera, you can see it. So maybe I can get a good TikTok video. And I'm just going to mix the chia seeds in. You got to turn your volume down, baby. I can hear you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It smells so good.
It does smell good.
Who needs wax melts when you make soap, right? Okay, so I think that looks good. I don't want to put too many seeds in. I just want it to be speckled. I don't want it to be like a crazy amount of seeds. So I would say I put roughly 2 to 3 tablespoons of chia seeds and the rest of this. And this is about 4 pounds. So let's break the fall. Ooh, it's getting full. have a fly in here. No, go away, fly. He says it smells like food is over here. What's going on? Sorry, I'm not talking. I am concentrating. If you could see my face, my tongue is probably sticking out.
I was just about to say that.
I just wanted to break the fall of the soap so the soap's not going down into the green. The green is still, it's set up a little bit, so it should have a nice line. Ugh. It should be good. And that is I think, probably a perfect watermelon color. So I'm glad I listened to my husband, but don't tell him I said that.
I can't hear you at all.
Oh, these smell so good. Somebody has to invent smell-o-vision. I don't know, around here, just the soap would be great, but not with the boys.
I don't think I trust people with that.
Let's just get the soap as even as possible. Kind of trying to decide in my head, do I want to do peaks? Do I want to just keep them simple and do some little smooth divots in the soap? Always kind of decide that part at the last. Just kind of what I feel like doing. What the soap is, how the soap is behaving. If I've used a fragrance oil that isn't behaving, I just try to get them in the mold as quick as I can without them looking too like they were accelerating. So these are still, like, this is the perfect fragrance oil, I think, if you were going to try to do a complicated soap. This isn't super complicated, but it is layered. It does take time. So if you're wanting to try a layered soap or, something with a little more colors to it and you want to experiment, Nurture Soap Cucumber Melon. Highly recommend it. It is just, and a lot of I want to say all the fragrance oils will tell you if they accelerate or whatever. And then you can also read the reviews and stuff like that. But I've had really good luck with their fragrance oils. And the point that they're the affiliate free and stuff like that too is nice, because that's something we can't use in our family. It irritates our skin. So just try to look at all my soaps, smooth them out a little bit, make sure they all look even. Now, say if one had more soap than the other, then I would borrow from a mold, and I've done that where I've overfilled a mold. So something like this, you don't have a fancy top, you could take a little and spoon it over to the next one or something. And they all look pretty even. This one looks maybe a tiny bit more full. I don't know. Maybe a tad. But this pink mold is also a tiny bit skinnier, like by hair. So I think I'll just leave that one alone. And then this mold is wanting to fall on this side. I'm going to fix that. There. And then you can, I think for just now, let's see. I'm going to get my other spoon. Where'd my spoon go? The spoon I used for the oil. And now they look like they've set up some. Let's give it a little test. Let's see if yeah, it's going to be it's going to work. If you give it a few minutes, if it say it's not, wanting to stay, let it set a few minutes longer, and then you can go back and you could do this. And then I like to kind of go like that and then go back. Let me do that one closer to you. So if you kind of make sure it's not up on the edge and you're not leaving any soap on the edge, and then do this. Still a little soft. So I'm going to have to go back and wait. So I'm going to clean up a little bit, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to do the little spoons in the soap. And while that's setting, I guess I'll catch up on the comments. Hi, Tri-County Family Farm. Thanks for joining. Trying to catch up on all the comments. Watermelony. Yes, I said watermelony.
Yes, great new word.
It's a great new word. Watermelony. People are going to use that word.
People are going to name their daughters that.
People are going to name their daughters watermelony. That's funny. You watch. It'll happen. Oh, it smells so good. I know I keep saying that, but this is really the smell of my youth, my childhood. The smell of the 90s is cucumber melon. But seeing this watermelon, my brain is tricked. It smells to me like watermelon now, not just cucumber melon.
Yeah, I had you guys going for a while on that, didn't I?
Yeah, if you missed the story, I was telling everyone that my husband made pink pancakes, and everyone thought that they tasted like strawberry when I'd actually bought a different, it's called Krusty's pancake mix. I'm not sure is it Krusty's, right? Anyways, so it was a new pancake mix, and it was delicious. It's actually the best pancake mix I've ever bought. And so anyways, everyone could have sworn we were eating strawberry pancakes, even me. So my husband tricked me and our children, and it wasn't even trying to. He just had made pink pancakes for Mother's Day, being all awesome and stuff, and we could have sworn it was strawberry pancakes, and it was not. And it was so funny because at the end, he waited till we were all done, and then he tells us, those were not strawberry. It's like, what? No way. They tasted like strawberry. He's like, mm-mm. He's like, I just put a little bit of red food coloring in there. I was like, what? Fooled us all. So it's pretty funny. Pretty funny little story. I'm really loving the chia seeds. I'm halfway debating on putting some on top, but I think I'll just leave it because a lot of times if you put something on top of your soap, then when you cut it, you worry about it dragging through the soap, and then it's going to, make marks during the cut. So I think I'm just going to leave the chia seeds inside. And also, when you put anything like flours, even oats, if you ever have high humidity like we do, even though our soap studio is insulated and stuff, sometimes we have days where it's high humidity, and it'll make the soaps kind of sweat. And so then we're running the risk of those things turning and looking yucky. I had made lavender soaps, and never again will I put fresh lavender buds on the soaps because they turn brown and look like mouse turds. No lie. So, lavender buds on soap are beautiful, but once any kind of humidity, anytime they turn brown, it looks like mouse turds. So just a warning. I did put calendula flowers on our calendula soap, and I didn't have that problem. So those dried flowers never turned brown and yucky, but the lavender did. The oats kind of started making a color on the soaps. So I think I'm just going to leave off the chia seeds on top. And I'm going to come this way so you can see. If you I'm just trying to texturing the top. Just like that. The other one I made, it kind of almost looked like hearts. I was trying to do the same effect. It's still not set up quite enough. It's getting there. And really, honestly, I could sit here and mess with this for hours. Well, not hours, but for a while. And then it'll start to be too much. So just get to where you're happy and stop. Don't keep going crazy. And also try to, when you're looking at the side of the mold, if you have any soap like in between stuck, try to get that scraped, because that soap that's stuck to your mold that's now not right here is going to stay there. So you want to scrape that. Come on, soap, sit up. There, that one did the effect like the other one. Gonna have to go back to this one. I thought we turned that down.
I did.
So funny. This makes me want watermelon sorbet really, really bad. Okay, everybody. If y'all got any questions for me, thank you so much for coming by, watching my live soap making video. These soaps will be available about, today's the 21st, so about the 21st of July. It takes about 4 weeks to cure soaps. That's why we use that sodium lactate, because it does help. Sometimes the bars will be hard enough in 3 weeks. It just depends on how dry I can keep the soap shed. The drier and less humid, the better. But if we have a ton of rain, lots of humidity, then the soaps take longer to cure. So my hopes is by July 21st, these will be ready. And on our website, if you don't know, our website is 3H Farms TX. It's in the descriptions. I'm starting to try to put that in the descriptions now, since I've had a lot of requests. I'll try to edit the video of any kind of description if you want to know the mica powder or any of the places where I get my soap. I don't have affiliate links. I just am sharing where I get my soap products from. And then if you guys also want to subscribe to our channel, we're almost to 1,000 subscribers. I'm not for sure whenever we can start running ad revenue, but that would be amazing to help feed our 16 goats. I kind of have an obsession with the goats. So
And our 3 indoor goats.
yeah, our 3 indoor kid goats. Yeah. So if you guys enjoy our videos, or I've helped you in any way, please give us a help by subscribing, commenting, sharing, following us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook also. It's under the same name, 3H Farms TX. And then our website is 3hfarmstx.com. And we have lots of awesome soap in there. And if you're local, we're at Russell Feed Store. This one has a beautiful little heart. Some of them have little hearts in them. We're at Russell Feeds and Azel right now. We're also at a new place called the Clear Fork Market. It's a holistic and health food store. That's where I call it like the relief line, where it's the honey and oat, unscented, dye-free. Our baby soaps there are pure and gentle soaps at that location and at the Russell Feed. Lavender and oat. Our best-selling soaps are at the Russell Feeds right now. Blackberry with charcoal, stuff like that. But these are our specialty soaps for our website. These are for our YouTube and TikTok and Facebook customers who have sensitive skin but can still use fragrance oils that are non-synthetic and stuff like that. So come back tomorrow or the next day. I'll cut these soaps just depending on the humidity, and then y'all can see the inside of the soaps. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, Teresa, Music Mad, and Tri-County Family Farm for tuning in during the live stream. So much appreciated. Have a fabulous day. Bye.